One-on-one can be highly customizable. I mean, you are literally working with just one person, one client at a time. You are helping them achieve one transformation. I recommend working with maybe 3 one-on-one clients to start, like as many as 5. People get excited to think like, ooh, I could be the first testimonial, or they're okay with being like the guinea pig or the tester, pig or whatever. They're like, oh, okay, I get it. You've done this result for yourself. You're branching into online coaching. Hey, try it on me. Hey, CourtneyLSanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time online life and business coach as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and do all the things, but I do it because I'm super passionate about helping you turn your success story into a 6 or even 7-figure online coaching brand. And when we talk about online coaching brands, one thing a lot of online coaches, and I was gonna say new online coaches, but even existing online coaches struggle with is this idea of whether they should be focusing on one-on-one programs or group programs. In fact, which one should you create first, especially if you are new or you're creating a new coaching program? And so there's definitely room in your business model and in your repertoire to have both a one-on-one coaching program and a group coaching program, but the timing with which you do it is gonna be different based on your goals and what you're ultimately looking to accomplish. So if you've been kind of ping-ponging back and forth and you're like, should I start with a one-on-one coaching program? Should I create a group coaching program? Am I ready to do a group coaching program? How do I know? All those crazy questions in your head, don't worry about it because we're going to clear all of that up starting right now. All right, so when it comes to group coaching versus one-on-one coaching programs, I am of the mindset, typically I tell people to start with one-on-one. And so you might be in a situation where you actually don't need to start with one-on-one. We'll talk about what that situation is in just a second, but for the majority of people, especially if you are brand new and you are looking to get your feet wet in the online coaching business, I recommend you start with one-on-one, and here's why. Oftentimes, you do not know what your client truly needs until you work with a client. So the key difference between one-on-one and group coaching is that one-on-one can be highly customizable. I mean, you are literally working with just one person, one client at a time. You are helping them achieve one transformation. And so the work that you're going to be doing with them to achieve that transformation is going to be highly customized to what they have going on. However, with a group coaching program, because it is a group and you are working with multiple people at one time, it's more process focused, where you are focusing on running people through a particular process and helping them all get that same result at the same time as a result of your process. So if you are a new coach or you are creating a new program, you might have done the napkin trick, which I talk about in this video here, which is all about how to create your signature offer. Definitely check that out because that's a really good video where I break down how to come up with a framework that you could teach in a signature group coaching program. However, many of us don't know that our process is solid until we run a few people through it. And so oftentimes I recommend that people start with one-on-one because when you are working with a client one-on-one, they will often ask you questions, have certain struggles. Just the process in general will be very eye-opening and they will reveal things to you that you would have never known had you not done the one-on-one process. So I recommend working with maybe 3 one-on-one clients to start, like as many as 5, because then a pattern and a process is going to emerge. You in your head know, okay, these are the milestones that I'm taking somebody through, and they need to do this first, and then this next, and then this next. And you might be customizing it along the way as you were working with someone one-on-one, but if you do, 1 one-on-one client, 2 one-on-one clients, 3 one-on-one clients, over time, you are gonna notice that you were kind of repeating the same information, you were running people through the same type of process, you were becoming more efficient, and so really your group coaching program really emerges out of your one-on-one work. One big mistake that I see a lot of people who are eager to start one-on-one coaching because they're like, I don't like one-on-one coaching, it takes a lot of time, it's not scalable, I'm ready to build my coaching business into millions and beyond, and so I'm ready to throw people into a group coaching program. Again, their process is kind of theoretical. Like, yeah, it might be based on their actual experience and kind of what they've gone through, but they never ran somebody else through it that's not them, right? They've only think about, okay, I've done this and I've achieved these results, but they've never put somebody else through it to achieve a particular result. And so they actually don't know if it is something that is scalable or that the majority of people can get results with. And I think this is very important because, times do change, especially when we're talking about business or anything where there's a lot of fluctuation. I think about the specific things that I did, and then I think about the clients that I've worked with over the years, and there are modifications that I've made to my own process because certain things are no longer relevant. For instance, I literally got my start in 2009 blogging, and then I made my first dollar in 2015, and that kickstarted my online coaching business. I would not recommend that anybody start a blog to this day. However, had I not worked with one-on-one clients and figured out how to adapt my process to them so that they could get the result, I would have just created a group coaching program and just said, oh, okay, the first step that I took was blogging, so you need to create a blog, and then people would not have gotten the same results. So this is why I recommend starting with one-on-one coaching first, because it helps eliminate a lot of the aspects of your process that might not be as relevant or as applicable right now to the clients that you're working with, and it helps you really iron out the kinks so that when you are ready to do a group coaching program, you've essentially already got some case studies under your belt, you've seen how it works in real time with real people, and you've done it one-on-one. The other reason that I recommend you do one-on-one to start is because one-on-one is easier to sell. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it really is. It's a pretty easy sale for someone who really needs a particular transformation to know that you are going to be working with them one-on-one. Like, everybody loves customization, everybody loves personalization, everybody loves to be treated like a VIP and like, ooh, yes, I'm gonna get the concierge coaching service. That is not a hard sell at all. Everybody wants where everything is just customized to them. And so especially if you're just getting started, and especially if you don't have a lot of testimonials, maybe as you are growing your business, you're writing on your own testimonial. I talk a lot about how you are your best and first testimonial, and you were talking about the results that you've gotten yourself, but you don't have a lot of testimonials of results that you have gotten other people. Often the easiest thing to sell to someone is one-on-one coaching, because people get excited to think like, ooh, I could be the first testimonial, or they're okay with being like the guinea pig or the tester, pig or whatever. They're like, oh, okay, I get it. You've done this result for yourself. You're branching into online coaching. Hey, try it on me, right? Like, I'll pay you to teach me how to do this. And they're more willing to do that, versus in a group coaching setting, if that process is not proven, people are more reluctant because they're like, I know I'm not gonna get as much one-on-one support because it is a group coaching program, so it's a harder sale. So if you're brand new, I actually recommend you start with one-on-one coaching because it's actually an easier sell in that regard. And then I kind of touched on this, but the third reason why I recommend that you start with one-on-one coaching is because it's a great way for you to get those testimonials that you can then leverage into your group coaching program. So when you're creating a group coaching program, again, people know that it's not gonna be as customized as a one-on-one situation is. And so they are looking for testimonials of other people who have gone through the process, right? So again, one-on-one is very like customized driven. Group coaching is very process driven. And so if someone is gonna be going into a group coaching program, they wanna know that that process has worked for other people, and that's where your one-on-one coaching testimonials come in. So really, one-on-one coaching is not something that's scalable. It's not something that you're gonna be able to do long-term as you grow your business, but it's a great Swiss Army knife in the beginning to clarify your process and really nail it down, for you to get some initial cash flow in the door because it's easier to sell. And then of course, for you to get those testimonials that you can then use to leverage into your group coaching program. Now, I did mention at the beginning of this video that there are some scenarios where you might want to jump out with a group coaching program first. And so one scenario that might be the case is if you already have a significant audience or you already have a community. So there are some people who might be new to the coaching space, but perhaps they're not new to whatever it is that they're coaching on. They're not new to online brand building. And so if you already have, a fan base or a group of people that are willing to work with you, it might make more sense to go ahead and do that group coaching program, especially if that group coaching program is on something that is very, very specific. So if it's like a broad, A to Z program, I still would recommend doing it one-on-one, because again, you want to iron out that process. But if it's something smaller, it's like a shorter term program or even a course or a digital product, and you just want to put a group of people in it and you already have the community, then it might make sense for you to do that because you have the community to support it and you have enough people who would be willing to jump in and kind of be your beta tester and try something new, even though you don't necessarily have testimonials for that particular process because it is a new program or it's something new that you're doing. But the community itself kind of serves as social proof. So, those are the different odds and the different things that you have to keep in mind. Again, if you start off with one-on-one, you don't have to do one-on-one forever. I definitely recommend that you eventually scale to group coaching programs, because group coaching programs is what's gonna allow you to grow your business. You can do a bit of one-on-one here and there, but your one-on-one prices are actually going to continue to increase as you get more results for clients and as you become more successful yourself, because your own time becomes, more valuable. So a lot of people don't realize, even for me, I get a lot of requests to do one-on-one, and I very rarely do one-on-one coaching. And when I do one-on-one coaching, it is unapologetically expensive. And so part of the reason why it's unapologetically expensive is, one, because the result that I can get the right person is like way out of there. I mean, I've had people where I've spent an hour with them and they literally went on to make 6 figures. That's not even an exaggeration. So I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this a long time. I know my information is very valuable, and in the hands of the right person, they truly can build a 6-figure or even 7-figure business. So I know my value and I charge accordingly to that. But another reason why my one-on-one work is expensive is because you have to buy the time from me, right? It's one thing to buy the time based on the ROI, but you also have to buy the time for me because, I'm busy. I have my family, I have my husband, I have my kids. I might not want to do one-on-one coaching. I'd rather spend the time with my kids. And so essentially you have to be willing to spend the money that is willing to make me say, okay, I am willing to sell that hour to you. And I am at a place now in my business and the level of revenue that I am generating where oftentimes I will buy the hour from myself, right? I would rather, spend the money on myself essentially by foregoing the money and allowing somebody else to purchase it because of the amount of revenue that I'm already generating in my business. So if I know that I can go through a day and there's nothing extra I need to do, like I can just go through my day, do my normal social media content, and I'm able to generate, 25K a week, 100K a month, my hours are worth a lot. And so you're essentially gonna have to buy the time from me in order to make it worth my while. So there's 2 factors at play. There's the ROI to you, but there's also the ROI to me to give up my time. And so you wanna keep that in mind when you were thinking about your own one-on-one coaching prices. As you get more successful in your own business and your own time becomes more and more valuable, your prices need to be based not just on your ROI, but what's it worth to you to give that time up, because you already have revenue streams coming in where you don't need to do one-on-one coaching. It's truly something that you choose to do, but it's something that you will choose to do at the right price. So hopefully this clears up the misconceptions about whether you should start with group coaching or one-on-one coaching first. In summary, you should start with one-on-one coaching for most scenarios. However, if you already have a community, it might make sense for you to jump into group coaching. And so if this is something that has been interesting to you, then you are definitely going to love my Nail Your Niche challenge. Part of these questions arise because people actually aren't as clear on their niche as they think they are, and they're not quite sure what type of coaching programs they should be creating for their niche. And so my 5-day Nail Your Niche challenge is gonna break this down for you. This is an experiment that I'm doing. It's currently free. Again, it's 5 days where I break down how to nail your niche, how to come up with coaching programs, all of those different things. However, I cannot promise that it's gonna be free forever. So if you click the link below and you see it's free, it's definitely worth it, sign up. But even if you click the link below and you see that it's not free, still sign up because it is worth it and it's gonna help you work out how to nail down your niche in 5 days. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you want even more where this came from, make sure that you are subscribed to my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show. And if you can't wait for my next podcast episode or my next YouTube video, make sure you are following me on Instagram, where I post every single day, including on my stories, where I show you the behind the scenes of my life. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.